A Bitcoin worth $94,841. In terms of Ethereum, it is up 16 right now. We haven and hashtag 039, T changed at all. Let in hashtag 039, S face it, the theory, which is worth $2.49 and is selling at 3,273 XRP right now, is just below resistance. It has and hashtag 039, T moved either. You see, money is just moving around in these markets. We can see that money is going from one cryptocurrency to another right now. There is no new money coming in, which is exactly what I think will happen. I think we and hashtag 039, LL wait for Trump to become president until things change. That way, Gensler can step down and we can get clear rules and policies that will let the institutions step in. But until then, Biden will be in charge of Trump and Gensler will be in charge of Paul Atkinson. It seems likely that no more money will enter the cryptocurrency space, which is fine with me. Check out XRP at $250. It has taken a small step. As I already said, I and hashtag 039 am very hopeful about Q1, and XRP has already gone up a lot in just 12 days. Cardano tells them, and quote, "This is going to be one of the craziest years of your life," end quote. This XRP chart was made public. We and hashtag 039, ready for help right now. I and hashtag 039, I'll tell you what it is. The green line that forms a base is 250. We talked about the 230 to 250 area on this channel for a long time. A breakout happened to us. Then we began. We and hashtag 039, sitting down right now. To keep the trend going up to the next levels of support, we need to be able to keep 250 as support and not drop below it. We are looking into a pretty simple matter. You can see that we touched it yesterday for $2.60 on a wick. Then that and hashtag 039, S not working. How much is $2.72 altogether? It and hashtag 039, it's been a while since we talked about 272, and I already told you how to break it. First, break 250, then attack 272. Our goal is $3. That's simple. You Don and hashtag 039, T need to know anything about magic charts. You Don and hashtag 039, T need to look at these strange shapes. These crazy Fibonacci levels are squeezing these strange squiggles. It and hashtag 039, it's not hard, and resistance support doesn't and hashtag 039, T need to be made more complicated. That and hashtag 039, S all. That and hashtag 039, S all, folks. That needs our attention. This is the XRP chart you need. You can see that we and hashtag 039, just taking it easy at help. There and hashtag 039, a chance we and hashtag 039, LO lose it today. I think we and hashtag 039, going to break up now. It and hashtag 039, S pretty neutral when it comes to the movement. The truth is pretty clear here. We went through the turnaround. We made a strong move up there. At about level 254, we took our biggest profit. At this point, our only goal is to hold and grow. Let us quickly look at the H-bar. We haven and hashtag 039, T talked about H-bar in a while. It and hashtag 039, S going to be a pain to pay 30 cents. You can see that we can get up. We expect the price to turn around between 33 and 38 until it and hashtag 039, S time to move the 4-hour on the H-bar, which is not bearish. There are, however, bullish and bearish signs, as well as the prime score, the private score, the Dutch, and the 1 day in a month that is bullish. This is a very negative view. I think that all of these alternative coins will go live at the same time. We and hashtag 039, LL wait until Bitcoin comes out. We and hashtag 039, going to get some extra money. Things are going to blow up. But remember that Bitcoin goes first, as many people have been screaming. It and hashtag 039, S no longer season. The season is still going on. It and hashtag 039, S not fitting for the season. It and hashtag 039, it's not always true that the season is over just because one or two coins move. Okay, Bitcoin needs to take off. To get to 120, we need coin. You need to forget about all those big goals. Bitcoin is all that and hashtag 039 S needed to go over 100,000. It is between 90 and 100 right now because the market makers have it. David Schwartz is next. He told you that the main thing that will drive this is the institution and hashtag 039 S failure to forget. Do you remember the first time we met after the deal was done? We were all sitting on the same side of the table, and I think we got to know a few other people. To put it simply, they and hashtag 039 V been a great team to work with on technology. This great market for custody was made by them, and it and hashtag 039 S expected to grow to about $10 trillion by 2030. As the use of tokens grows, this market will only continue to grow, with organizations being the main drivers. Because of this, you need a place to store it. People will need more storage room if stablecoins and CBDCs grow as much as we think they will. They will need to be able to get cash, make payments, and use on-ramps and off-ramps. Things will sort of fit together. It and hashtag 039 S kind of like what banks found out when Ripple first started out, you know. When I talk to banks, I learn that many of them don't and hashtag 039 T care about bills either. You might be curious about what banks do. They say, and quote, we want you to put your money in our account and leave it there, end quote. They also say that payments are expensive and take a long time, and customers complain when we can and hashtag 039 T finish them. That and hashtag 039 S why we won and hashtag 039 T be very good at making payments. We and hashtag 039 LL be a great bank, but payments will be hard for us. And they quickly figure out that you and hashtag 039 re not a stranger. Because if a bank can and hashtag 039 T make payments, why would I keep my money there? They learned that I won and hashtag 039 T borrow money from a bank if I don't and hashtag 039 T keep my money there. In the past, if you needed a loan, you would go to your local bank and get to know the people there pretty well. That and hashtag 039 S not something people do. That and hashtag 039 S it. David told you straight out. The organizations will be the main forces. What are we getting ready? Institutions, ETFs, and even banks are getting ready for a bull run. The big money is coming in. If Trump says that cryptocurrency is not taxed, that is the most bullish hint we can get during a bull cycle. If that happens, you can expect a big move of money from the stock market to the Bitcoin market. Credible Crypto just put this out there yesterday. He says, and quote, look, we might give that orange zone, around the 217 level, another chance, end quote. He came back when we won and hashtag 039, T accept it. He says it sounds like there might be a breakout. That and hashtag 039, S right, it is. Right now we in hashtag 039, Rion up look 250. If you hold it and flip it over, we can keep pressing up. During this bull cycle, the price of cryptocurrency will go up the more XRP prices go up before Bitcoin breaks out. He also said that XRP broke out. You can see all of these other accounts. Even people who have been against XRP for years are starting to follow the crowd. It makes sense that we in hashtag 039 re pretty new. Next, they're in hashtag 039 S news that just broke. Analysts think that the US SEC will accept the XRP and Solana ETFs this year. We were ready for this. When is the only question. We might be able